Welcome. I'm Janelle Kolaski, a career mindset coach and actor.
And I'm Amanda Dubois, a self-authenticity and prosperity life coach and actor as well. And we're your co-host of Mindset Artistry YouTube channel,
where we teach you the art of discovering and using your mindset
to build a career and life you desire.
Actress. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about how to make moves like the person that has the career that you desire. And I don't mean that you're going to be creepy and watch somebody and do exactly what they do. I'm talking about yourself in the future. When you really take the time to think about, what do I want for my life? How do I want the days to look? How the jobs, my relationships, all the things, really daydreaming about that. Hi, Nikki. And a lot of us here have heard of the term manifestation or the secret and all this stuff. But I think where people get caught up is they think, all right, I'll just write everything down, or I'll think about it, I'll visualize it. Well, it's just supposed to happen. It's just supposed to happen, right? Like I don't have to take any actions. And that's just not true. So I'll have 3 points to make today. We're going to talk about how to really sit with yourself to make that. We'll really spend time with your future self, and then how to check in. Where am I at now? How do I align? And then what do I need to change, which you will have to change something to get a different version of your life. You can't keep living your life the way that you are and expect something different. You can't. And then the last thing is we'll talk about, well, how do I make those changes? So quickly, I'm going to run over how I learned this powerful lesson. I started modeling back in 2006, long time ago, but I didn't do it full time until 2016, acting, modeling, hosting, producing. And yeah, there's a lot of luck involved and you got to stay in the game, but I got in my way a lot. And there was a time where I was couch surfing. I didn't have a place to live. I didn't have an apartment. I was literally going from couch to couch, trying to find a place to live, did not have a lot of money, wasn't eating very much. And I was going to a lot of castings and I was doing a lot of things because people see me now. And I think that's something very important. People see me now. Oh, easy for you to say. I've been at it for 15 years. And you don't have to do that. You can get there faster. What I'm here to tell you today and hope that you do get there faster is that I was getting in my own way. And if you don't like how things are looking and you have the desire to do something with your life, I guarantee you're not doing all that you can do. Those are facts. You're not doing everything you can do. If you have the desire, it means it's possible, but you're missing something. And that something may even be resting. I don't mean you have to hustle harder, but there are all these things that you can do to move yourself forward and to make change. And maybe you're doing this thing over here, but you're blocking yourself because of a mindset issue or because you're not taking care of yourself. That is just as important as doing the business side of things, which is why I talk about career and mindset. They are very important. And so taking it back to when I was living on couches and eating ramen and going to auditions and doing all these things and finding myself actually at one point in my friend's empty studio apartment. She moved out, still had a month on the lease. It was me in one suitcase. I was just sobbing. Like, what am I even doing here? I'm stupid. I was a teacher. Took a break from the modeling. I was teaching. I had a job. I had health benefits, all this stuff. Who do I think I am? Give up. Go home. Just give up. And something inside me was like, no, you are meant to do this. You're meant to do acting and modeling. So I had to have a real hard talk with myself and say, okay, well, is there anything else I can do? And let me look at the people that do work full time as model and actors. And they don't have to be some celebrity that you see on TV. Luckily here in New York City, at these castings, I would bump into people that were doing what I wanted to do full time. And they didn't have some side hustle, some survival job that they hated. They made it happen. And I saw that. So I was like, what are they doing? And I was like, okay, well, they believe in themselves probably more than I do. And maybe they were doing more of the business side of things. And they just committed to themselves. This is what I want to do. And I'm not going anywhere. And that was it. And they also, which I'm going to talk more about this in a bit, is shame. They didn't let the shame overcome them of other people projecting their shame and fear onto them. Like, hi, I'm an actor. This is what I do. That's it. Not this cowering thing, like I'm an actor and all this stuff. And I'm not shaming you for doing that, but that's actually a huge problem, because if you're going to these castings and you're meeting with these people and you want a job, but they see that you're like this. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're standing like this, but they can feel that you're like this. Does the person that works full time as a model and actor walk into rooms like that? No, they do not. So we're going to talk more about this. But I really, sitting in an empty studio apartment that was not even mine with one suitcase ready to head back to Pennsylvania, I was like, all right, I'm not giving up. Let me make a list of all the things that I can do. And I started listing it and sobbing and listing it and crying. And I'm like, no, but I'm not giving up. And I saw a lot I wasn't doing consistently. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it one more year. I'm going to give it one more year and I'm going to do all this stuff. And if I don't book anything and I'm not moving the needle and I'm in the same place, I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm crazy. I'll just go back to teaching. I think it was a couple months later, booked a big modeling job. Then I got a different commercial agent. Then I was booking commercials. Then 6 months after that, I had auditioned for the Travel Channel while not even having a place to live, showering at gyms all over New York City. I won the Travel Channel star and I hosted a show on the Travel Channel. This is very serious and very important to me because you have to pull yourself out of this hole that you can be in. And one of the ways is to think of, what are the mindset of the person that does this full time? What do I need to change? So just said a lot, Amanda. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. And then we'll get on to how to make those shifts. But I would really like right now, if you could give us examples of maybe when you realized, okay, I got to think a little differently.
Sure. So you said so many amazing things, and I would love to touch on all of them. But I agree with you shifting that mindset, which is why I'm a self-authenticity and prosperity life coach, because I understand that is the root, that is the foundation of your growth in all aspects of your life. And what Nell is speaking to is straight up truth, because here's the thing. I'm an actor. I did the 9-to-5 job. I was doing that survival job, and it wasn't even a survival job. It was more of like, I felt I had to do that because that was the path laid out for me. So I was doing it. And I went, and throughout that time being there saying, I'm an actor. Oh yeah, I'm an actor. Oh, I'm an actor. And it was embarrassing. I look back at now and I feel sorry for the person that I was, but it was embarrassing even witnessing in my mind while it was happening, me telling someone, oh, I'm an actor. Yeah, I love doing it. It's great. What is this? Who am I speaking to? What was it? Whispering? What is that? Right? And my voice would even quiver when I would speak publicly to people or ask questions in meetings. And it was such an eye opener. And I see it now, is that I was so insecure about speaking my truth. And it showed in my conversations with people. So I had to shift that. And the way that I did that was going to the workshops. I went to, my gosh, Nell knows, because we used to hit each other and see each other throughout the process, going to workshops, meeting casting directors, going to classes, doing the exercises. I mean, practicing scenes every day. My gosh, it was extremely exhausting, but I loved it because it is a part of the craft. It was the work that I needed to do to get to the level that I am right now. And because I did that, which is being active, knowing that I need to work on my voice. So I went to voiceover, I went to voice classes, I went to speech classes. I attended different workshops to see what worked for me as a craft, because as an actor, because I knew that my toolbox had to be full of variety. It had to be full. It had to be something that I could take from. And that's just the way that I am. So I tried everything. Like, what do I have to lose by trying things? Nothing, but maybe one fact or one useful tool that I can use later on in my years. And so I did that. I had to step up. If I wanted to be the actor that I envisioned when I started this, then I had to step up to the plate and go, okay, what do I need to do? What are they doing? How do I get in the rooms that I'm not in? How are they getting in the rooms? What the hell are they doing? And it seems so seamless. So how the hell do I make it seamless for myself? Which was doing the work. It was showing up for myself every day as if I already had it. That was the mindset that I adapted. I didn't even know that until later on in the years. But I didn't know I was doing that. I just showed up. I said, well, I want this, right? Where is that motivation? Where's that want? Where is that need? Like what me and Nell we got the privilege of meeting Gary Oldman. And the one thing he told us was like, you have to live and breathe this. You have to live and breathe this. And I'll agree about 90%, because like Nell says, we always, you got to rest. There's other things that can feed into your craft, maybe about 75%, right? And it still works. Trust me. If you look at all the actors and actresses, they're producers, writers, they have books out there. They have web. There's so many things you can do, and it takes time, of course. But you have to also have the stamina to back it up. And that means committing to your future self, as if like waking up every day as if it already happened. You already got the job, so wake up as if you did. And it's not conceited, it's not like ego driven, absolutely not. It is meeting the energy that you are of success. That's what it is. It's meeting the energy that is already successful and living that, so that when you get there, it's seamless. And then it also gives you a mindset of that you belong. You have to have that mindset that you belong in those rooms. You belong in those rooms. So you have to make that move, like you in that room, like I need you and you need me. This is a collaboration. This is a team. It's not just about me. Holding your ground. And so as I did that, I was in the groups and the classes that I was in, I was one of the first people that got a commercial agent, because I did the work. I met all the casting directors. I got to know them on a level that wasn't just about the work. The moves you make define who you are and where you go. And so I got to know them outside of the industry and cared. And then because of that, I was referred to a beautiful cast agent, and my first commercial agent. For the jobs to come, I still did not stop. Just because I had an agent did not mean that, okay, I can sit down and wait for the call. I can wait for the audition. No. I was still going out there and going, hey, everybody, I've got an agent now. Call me in the room even more. I'm represented. Let's do this. That means someone believes in me. I've got the chops. Let's do it. And the first job that I booked with that agent, I got on my own. I legit got on my own by reaching out to casting directors still, doing newsletters, going to the workshops. And they were like, hey, Amanda, are you interested in this? Absolutely. I'll come on in. I did it. And it was a GMA commercial. And I would never forget. It was like one of those promos. And it was like, oh, I love it. And that was that. And I got it. Right. And I had the greatest opportunity to let my agent know, hey, I booked something. She was like, wait, what? What? How? Who? Where? I was like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's the information. Connect with the casting director. I know her so well. So that was the moves. It was connecting. It was, paying attention, being detail oriented on a level that it showed that I cared. Those are the moves that successful people make. They're present. They show up every day. And I'll have to be honest. Now I'm on a level. I have to do it even more. Nell knows that we're on a different level now. Now it's like, all right, so what do I need to do now that's different from where I was, and the people that are above me, like shit, like what are they doing? Now I gotta step up. And it's a learning curve, because every stage you meet, there will be a learning curve. So be kind to yourself during that process, and understand and be open-minded during that process to understand that some things that may have worked in a previous chapter of your life may not work now, because it's not relevant to the level that you're on. It only got you to a certain level. Now you got to get to the next. What does that mean? Making different moves, making bigger risks, or taking bigger risks, getting out there and meeting people, standing your ground, knowing when to say no, and knowing when to say absolutely yes. So, and I'll leave you with that. Now I'm going to push, because you have so many amazing things, and I know we're running low on time.
Yeah, I love everything you said. I'm actually going to, because of timing, I'm going to tie the last 2 points together. Hello, everybody that's just joining us right now. Hi, Janu. Hello, everybody. Give us some hearts if y'all are with us. And thank you so much, Nikki. I didn't get to speak to what you were saying, but you were saying people want instant gratification. And it's true. It's hard. It's hard to push through. That's why you really have to know your why. We talk about that a lot. Exactly. Know your why to push you through the times when it doesn't seem like things are really moving, because there are going to be seasons where things are kind of in a valley, it seems. But it all shapes you. I learned over time after doing this for so long, sometimes things are like this and things are like this. And so, you just learn that when things are low, the highs will come again, but you only learn that through sticking through it. So the last 2 points that I have, we already kind of spoke about, but for people that are just joining us, number one, really take some time, maybe 15 minutes, to write out the day of a person, your future self, that has a career that you desire, as well as how they talk to themselves, how they interact with other people, how they walk into a room, like Amanda said, they walk in like, I belong here, all those things. Write that out, get an idea of who you would have to look like and be to have the career that you desire. Then after you've done that, look at yourself and be like, what am I doing now that aligns with that? And what am I not doing? Because we constantly talk about taking responsibility for yourself and knowing that, yeah, some people, things are going to become easier for them and harder. I don't know. Somebody got an agent faster than me, a legit agent, and it was annoying as hell. But I had to keep saying to myself, I know I'm talented. I know I work on my craft. I know it's coming. I know I'm worthy of it. And that's it. You have to remember your why, and you have to know you belong. And you have to keep saying that to yourself whenever there's not the proof in front of you. You have to live as if the proof you are living it already. So I love that. To really look at, okay, so this part of me is aligned, but this is not. That's something I can work on. That's something I have control over. That's something that needs to shift, because you can't keep doing the same thing and expect something different. See what's working, see what's not, which is why, hi, Antonio, we're talking a lot about being mindful consistently. And mindfulness is huge, because if you're constantly checking in with yourself and how you're feeling, it will show you where you need to shift. Hello, Max. So the last point that aligns with what Amanda was saying is, once you've discovered what you need to shift and change, then you have to find that, because your ego, and I'm talking about the fear-based ego, not like, oh, I'm full of myself, which people kind of get confused. I'm talking about ego that protects you. It's like, okay, but we're comfortable here. We're good here. This is nice. I know what this feels like. I don't have to be afraid of this. And you're like, but I feel like I could go like this. And then your ego's like, we don't know if we'll survive. We'll probably die, plummet to our death, which isn't true. You have the desire and you can see the success, you can achieve it. So there are a lot of reasons why people set goals that are based on their desires and they don't follow through. And a lot of it is based on your mindset. And also, for me personally, there's a lot of therapy I have to do, body-based therapy, to heal things in my body that are physically blocking me from moving forward. It's very upsetting. So I want to encourage you to do those today. Hi from V. Okay. Hi. I want to encourage you, those of you today, maybe you're like me, where I'm very analytical and I will think, and be like, okay, well, I know this is okay and this is safe, so I should just get over it. Or I know that I'm good enough, but I don't feel it, but just get over it. And you can't stay up here. It's not working. Your mindset a little bit, but your body has to be connected to your mindset. And so, Vienna, beautiful. And so It's very important to do body-based therapy like EMDR or breath work, because you can't think your way to a new level. You can do the daily mindset things, but you will continually block yourself if there's something that you have to heal in your body. So I'll tell you something I'm going through right now, because Amanda and I are not without, okay? We're always working on stuff. I have a lot of shame from whenever the first chunk of my life where I was really trying to become a model and actor, I was really going for it. I thought I was surrounded by people that were very loving and supportive. And I found out that most of them, probably like 30, 40 people, were always talking about me and tearing me down and not believing me and doing all this stuff. And this is something else that's important to me. Maybe that doesn't feel like a block for you, but it's a block for me. And guess what? What bothers you is what really matters. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care. Someone tells you, oh, you shouldn't feel sad about that. You shouldn't feel shame about that. You shouldn't be in pain. It's up to you and how you feel. Someone pinches you, you're like, ow, that stops my whole career, whatever. I don't know what it is, but it matters to you. And so that's the other thing. People are like, oh, this shouldn't bother me. But it does. You feel how you feel. You feel how you feel. I don't care if that doesn't bother the next person. And you have to work through that. So my whole support system, I've come to find out that they've been like backstabbing me. That hurt me. And I felt a lot of shame. And now, 10 years later, although yes, I've had success, obviously I still work full time as a model and actor, but I'm being kept from moving to my next level based out of fear of people leaving or being mean to me. Now, if I sit there and think about it, I'm like, well, you don't need them. And oh, more happiness will come along with the right people and blah, 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 blah. Okay, but my body doesn't believe it. So if you know that you're meant to be at a different level and you thought about it and you're trying to do the things and you keep being blocked, you probably need to do some more mindfulness practices, meditation, journaling. But I really think healing your body and whatever is keeping you from succeeding and being that person that you know you're meant to be, and being the person that, you know, I have to approach each day like this to succeed, but I can't seem to do it. It's not always about your mind. So I just threw a lot at you, and I'd love to hear what Amanda has to say about that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. And for people that are just joining, we were just saying about how see the future you, how they act, how they interact with others, and then what do I need to change? And then now we're talking about how you change that, which is with a lot of mindfulness and therapy and things like that.
Yeah, I as you were talking about your own experiences, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could feel my chest tightening up just thinking about the things that I'm not doing and the things that I should be doing if I want to get to a certain level. And I'm like, and right now, here's the thing too, we're in the holiday season, we're going into the new year. These things are going to come up for you. This is the one of the probably the most time is going to come up for you because it's the end of the year is approaching. The new year's getting ready to start. And you're like, holding on for dear life, like, what the heck did I do or didn't do? And all the things like, oh my gosh, I had all these things in my mind. It's like, I don't, so I know it's coming up for me. So I'm sure it's coming up for everyone else and on different levels as well. I'm not saying on an emotional level. It's going to come up in every variety that is possible. Okay. And so I was just thinking about just the journey that I'm going through right now, which is showing up for myself on a different level, because you and Nell and I are doing all these things. We're doing a podcast. We're doing lives. We're doing newsletters. We're getting ready to do YouTube, by the way. We're all the things. And then on top of that, being a actor and a human being and going on these auditions, like, no one knows the amount of auditions I've gone through and the many fucking rejections. My Lord, the many, many rejections that I've gotten throughout my life. And let me tell you, as a child, I hated rejection because that's all I was constantly rejected. I was the weird kid. Before high school, I was the weird kid. I didn't blend in well. I didn't have the fancy clothes. That just wasn't my life. I didn't have the long, beautiful, flowy hair that was surrounded around me. I didn't blend well with the Black, beautiful, dark girls, and I didn't blend well with the Spanish girls who had the big butts and the hips, because I was this skinny, lengthy thing who had big feet and thought that I was absolutely fucking ugly. I'll be honest, I thought I was ugly, and I would cry every night because I thought I was hideous. I hated my voice. I hated how I look, my boobs. Like, I didn't have the voluptuous butt. My legs were long. Like, I was all of this. And I used to harp on it all the time. So it took me a long time to get out of that. Yes, I kind of created a persona in high school because guess what? That's what we could do, because half the people in middle school, we don't never see again in high school. So it was great, right? But hey, kitty cat. But throughout that process, I also disconnected with my truth. I disconnected with truly loving the person that I am. And it took me a while. It took me a while in my 20s to realize, like, wait a minute, Amanda, who the heck are you? You've lived a certain life, but is that truly who you are? Like, I know you think you're beautiful and amazing, but is that, like, have you embraced yourself? Like, have you looked in the mirror and going, this beautiful person right here has done so much, as all these things. It was hard. And then, so now I'm in a process of mourning that version of myself. I'll be honest. I'm mourning that version of myself, because I'm like, well, I kind of miss her in a way, but it's also fear-based because I know that I'm reaching a different level and I know I have to leave her behind. It's very fearful to leave a portion of yourself behind because there's an attachment there. There's a comfortability there. You're right over there? No, you're good. There's a comfortability there of who I was. And so now I'm transitioning into something, oh girl, don't get spaded on. That will, woo, honey. Yeah, be careful. The pail is up, honey. There's a person who I'm now becoming, and it's fears coming up. It's scary for me, to be honest, because I'm like, shit, like, okay, I thought I was doing so well, but I had all these unhealed traumas and things that people were telling me weren't real. Like Nell said, I constantly was around people who was like, oh, that's not real. Stop it. Get over it. It's okay. Get over it. Get over it. And I know I say that to people now, but I justify it with like other things. I understand there's empathy behind it. It's not just, especially being Black and Puerto Rican, it's like, we'll get over it. Life moves on. Easier said than done. And I say that all the time, but behind that, I understand. And there's empathy, and I get that there are tools and things and practices that you can do to get over that. And it would be like, well, you will get over it, but it takes time. So I am in that process right now. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to embrace it and embrace the mourning period of who I was. And I'm going to thank that version of myself. But I have to let her go in order for me to get to the next level. In order for me to get to the next level, in order for me to evolve and grow and experience the things that I want and that I deserve in the life that I envisioned for myself, I have to let her go. I have to say thank you, and I have to move on. And it hurts. It absolutely hurts in different ways. I hurt for her and all the pain that she went through. I also hurt for her. Like, I have to let her go because I was comfortable in that space. And then I hurt because there's love for that version that I was. But I know that I'm stronger for that version now. The version that I am is a stronger version of who I was, and I had to overcome everything that came up. There is no such thing as coincidences. There are no such thing as accidents. Absolutely not. Everything happens for a reason, because there are lessons that you need to learn throughout that process. And it's a real slap in the face. And I hope this allows you to embrace this period and understand that the person that you envision, that future self, is capable, because like Nell said, it came to you for a reason. You have all these things that come to your mind for a reason. That means it's possible. You are capable. Okay? And know that you have to take the steps to get there. Because the version of you right now that is doing the things or not doing the things is not going to get you there. Your future self is probably pissed at you right now. Like, what the hell? You know you could be here right now on this yacht or on vacation or with your family, having a successful vacation. They know that you can be there, and they're freaking upset at you. They're like, what the hell? Get to work. Do the things. I know it's hard, but it doesn't have to stay hard forever. You're going to have the bumps in the road. It happens. We have the lows. We have the highs. Nell and I go through it all the time, but we're choosing. Here's the thing. You have the choice to choose differently. You have the choice to choose the joy. You have the choice to choose the positive. You have the choice to choose differently than what is currently happening. Gratitude. You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still kicking. There are people out there who are suffering, who don't have a sliver of what you have. So don't take it for advantage. Don't take it for, don't. You have the opportunity today. Go for it. Take the risks. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's not going to work out, but it may work out even better than what you expected. And no one's going to do it for you. No one. No one. And you know what? It's going to make it that much better when you do make it, because you know you did it on your own. You knew you did the work. You know that you showed up for yourself every day. You know that you cared for yourself during the times that you felt low and down and depressed and sad, that you showed up and you were there for yourself. You know that you did the work. You reached out to people. You reached out to myself and Janelle. You reached out to someone else. Trust me, it will make a big, big difference. But you got to do it. I'm speaking for myself too. It's like, girl, Amanda, kick yourself in the ass. Let's go. Let's go. All the habits that you had before aren't working anymore. get out of it. Like Nell said, doing, the EMDR and cognitive behavioral therapy and all those things are amazing. Don't be afraid. Embrace the process. I can't see any comments, so I don't know why it froze on my end. Yeah. Yeah, we're leaving too. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Yes, and I agree with everything that you're saying, and it's scary. I mean, so everybody that's still here, we're just encouraging you. Look at this cat. This is Sebastian. His mama is away for Thanksgiving, so he's being very lovey-dovey. But I'm at a point in my life where something from actually 13 years ago is still haunting me, and I can see that it is limiting me. So I'm telling you guys that I'm right with you. The future version of myself that has healed that and believes in herself, it really comes down to trusting myself more and all of these things. But I'm doing all of this, like I said, body-based therapy, EMDR, and breath work, because I have a physical block that I have to work through. So don't feel bad. It's hard, but you got to dig deep to heal those wounds so you can reach the goals that you can. And it's very scary. My biggest things are betrayal, fear of abandonment, and betrayal. Like, that's huge for me. That's what happened. That's what blocks me. So I'm afraid to trust myself, because it was like, well, how didn't I see that coming? How did I not see that all those people were acting like that? But you should trust yourself, because you know yourself best, and you're going to fight the most for yourself, because it's about your dream. It's not about those other people. And so we're all going through it. Amanda and I promise you, I'm doing my work. So I'm ready to get at the point now. And I'm doing this live because I don't want the rest of you to wait till it's so painful that you have to change. Please change sooner. Like I said, I've been doing this 15 years. Took a good 7 for it really to take off. I don't think it needed to be that way, but I got it my own way. But yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm like, all right, gotta let it all go and just see how the cards fall. But it's horrifying. So we're going to leave now. But remember, take time with your future self, the person that has the career. And you know what I'm talking about when you dream, what you see, who you're working with, what you're doing with your life, all these things. Take time with that person, the future version of you. And what is their mindset, how they interact with other people, what does their day-to-day look like, how do they show up for themselves, how do they show up for others. Take the time there, then look at your own life. What am I doing? What am I not doing that aligns with that? And then you must make change, because if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to have the same life. It's just the way it works. But definitely use mindfulness and therapy to help you move forward. And we'll quickly touch on, so I'm a career mindset coach and an actor, and I'm currently have a few spots left for one-on-one coaching. And also, if you're new to the industry, or maybe you've been in it and you feel like there's more you can do, but you're like, but what more can I do? I made a free course. It's an hour long, telling you basically most of my checklist, and it can give you some ideas and support, and to just see my journey and see that there is success on the other end. And that's what I have to offer. And Amanda has some things as well.
Yes. I am a self-authenticity and prosperity life coach, and that goes for all avenues of your life. It's not just about the self, it's also about yourself aligning with what your success looks like and your ideal life and all the things and relationships and creativity and your career mindset. I work with, honestly, if you're willing to work with me, I am willing to work with you. Here's the thing. This is a collaboration. This is a team. And this is going to be a secret space for you that you may not get in the real world, that you may not get on a daily basis. This is what Nell and I are here for. And we are going to be the advocate for you. Your advocate, your cheerleader. But we're also going to be your coach, making you do them drills, whistling, going, go ahead, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's who we are. So it's a combination of things. And I do have a limited amount of clients that I work with, but feel free to reach out to me on any level. Honestly, whatever you have in your mind, the first call is free. It's a free consultation. It's 45 minutes. And we just talk. We just talk. We just talk it out. And there's no judgment, as always, as Nell says, no judgment, hashtag no judgment. So, and as far as dealing with daily stresses, I have a free course that I created about overcoming daily stresses. So it's called Combating Daily Stresses, and it comes with 5 essentials. We have daily stresses every day, and daily stresses can mean challenges throughout your day. So it's a free course. It's literally less than an hour of a total videos, and I just provide helpful tools for you that you can implement today, the day you start, and start seeing the changes and the strength that you have to be within to come out. Okay. Yes, it's free. DM me. It's also on my website. Yes. And happy holidays. Yes. 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 We will be back on Sunday at 11:30. And I will take this. If you have a topic you want to talk about, if there's something specific that's on your mind, DM me as well, or send me a message or a comment. Let me know, because I may bring that up this Sunday. Maybe it'll be an open forum. I'm thinking about doing an open forum on Sunday to just talk about whatever you want. And if you want to join, you can join for a 5-minute free coaching session if you don't mind being live with us. And you can choose either Janelle or myself, and you can get a taste of what coaching is, and if you like it. Yes, Nikki, you're always joining us. We would love whoever you want. It would be so much fun, and you're always here. Yeah, yeah. And you may think about one thing, and then you know what? We may bring out the truth coming out. Something that you're hiding, that you may not want. That's coaching. That's coaching. You think one thing, you're like, wait a minute, there's actually this other thing that's lingering all the way back here. So yes. So we will be back on Thursday. We will be back on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time.
What are your thoughts about this episode?
Drop it in the comments and let us know what you want to dive into next.
Subscribe, like, share, and click the link below to book a free consultation. And
we'll see you next time.